Great to get a chance to catch up with State Representative Weston Newton of Beaufort and Jasper counties. He's the head of the House Judiciary Committee. Oh, you think the legislative session is over? Well, it is, but these guys are busy off session as well. Weston, you've got a group getting together this week to start working on stuff for next session. Tell us a little bit more about the extension of tort reform.
Bob, thank you. As you know, you and I talked earlier this year. The House and the Senate came together, and the governor signed into law the legislation, the first step at tort reform in terms of liquor liability, skyrocketing insurance premiums, and also addressing South Carolina's joint and several liability statute, which needed some adjustment clearly because people were being exposed to liability for actions that weren't theirs.
Right.
The continuation of that tort reform discussion, when you and I talked before, the Senate spent 11 weeks on a multi-pronged tort reform bill that they sent to us. We had less than 11 days left to work through the differences, so we did take up and add joint and several. What we left hanging left to be done and announced at the time, an ad hoc committee, medical malpractice reform, statute of repose, construction defects, and then time limit demands. And, in the medical malpractice arena, we've got three buckets: for-profit hospitals, nonprofit hospitals, and government hospitals, all treated slightly different. Some caps on liability are indexed to inflation. Other caps are not indexed to inflation. In some cases, punitive damages are not allowed as it relates to government. They are allowed as it relates to the private hospitals. So the differentiation needs to be addressed. The concern that the age of the caps don't adequately provide recourse for somebody who's injured. But also what we have seen in the recent past is that the definitions of occurrence, which is supposed to mean if this happens, there's one cap applies.
Right.
People have been able to broaden that definition of occurrence so that the caps now are not meaningful.
Right.
And what that does is it perhaps drives up healthcare costs that impacts all of us. So the balance is making sure that there's appropriate recourse, that there are appropriate circuit breakers for a limited recovery when the circumstances warrant it, egregious behavior, perhaps alcohol, involved with the performance of services, but that the occurrence definition is actually meaningful and limits to the caps. Then, after that, we're going to start talking about construction defects.
Yeah, let's talk about those. We've all live in houses or have done construction, small projects anyway, where things have gone wrong, and what can we do about it? That's what you're been working on, yeah?
Clearly, a home is not built to last forever.
Right.
And so, this discussion in that arena is, should there be a hard stop, among other things, as to after a particular date, that there can be no claims asserted of any kind.
Give us an example.
Well, the challenge is the building in Charleston, South Carolina right now. It's that multi-story condominium building 6, 8, 12 months ago. All the residents were given 48 hours to get out.
Yeah.
They couldn't go in and get their furniture, belongings. It was deemed unsafe, and out they came. Well, today the question becomes, if we had a hard stop, and this building's 30 years old, are the mortgage companies just supposed to say my collateral is now worth zero? Are the individuals that own there now supposed to say, well, with a hard stop, there is no recourse of any kind? So it's trying to find that balance, understanding, yes, things are not built to last forever. But if a stump gets missed and compacted in soil and it breaks down 8 years after the house slab on grade has been built and causes a cave-in the middle of the house, because clearly somebody didn't do it right, clearly there was something in the plans that got left out, it's a high bar, high standard. Should there be recourse? That's part of that discussion.
Okay. Good luck to you with all of this. It's going to be some stuff to wade through for sure. Weston Newton, State Representative representing Beaufort and Jasper counties, the head of the House Judiciary Committee. Appreciate the time. We'll talk to you again soon.
Always good to chat with you. Thanks, Bob. Have a good day.
Weston Newton of Beaufort and Jasper counties again joining us. We'll be back with more of the WHHI Daily News right after this.